you, bud? Sorry, boy. I just woke my doggy up from doing that sound check. My wake up training after taking like 3 months off. I have been doing my own program for about 8 years since I started training. So now I thought I'd take some of the components in my training out of my hands. I thought, fuck it, let's not do the same shit all the time. This week of training was quite different. A lot of strength, a lot of endurance, a lot of hypertrophy as well. The whole body pretty much got equal attention. Focusing on muscles like the tibialis anterior and the hip flexor, muscles like that don't get the attention that they deserve. Alright, we're going to dive into day 2 because we lost the fucking whole footage of day 1. I don't know how. Technical issues. So day 2, this was lower body orientated. I'm not going to show you like every set, every rep of everything because this video lasts, well, I don't know, 3 hours. So we do some dynamic movements, do some jumping jacks, do some cross jacks, things of that nature. Boom, some boring stretches beforehand. We've got some snatch pulls, so we're not actually doing a full snatch. We're generating as much force as possible through the hips into the bar so we can generate some power, trying to get the bar up, except we are not actually putting the bar up. We're just doing half snatch. This movement, first time actually doing this one properly in a session form. It actually didn't feel that bad. It was actually kind of fun doing that. Again, not doing heavy weight in any of these movements. This is my second, well, technically my first week of proper training. I did a good week beforehand, just still easing into it, not trying to injure myself and fuck myself up. Into front squats. This is a movement that I don't really do at all. I rarely ever do front squats, ever. Usually because I just find them uncomfortable. But I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do them today. And I'm actually quite surprised how good they felt. They actually felt really good. Again, I'm not lifting heavy at all, but the form was pretty bloody solid all the way through. Might incorporate that more often rather than just doing back squats religiously. So what we have here, we're doing some, not the best Bulgarian deadlifts or Bulgarian stiff leg deadlifts. Not really stiff leg. What was I doing? I don't even remember anymore. Bulgarian single leg deadlifts, just with dumbbells. You just saw that I tried to do it with the barbell, but it was too heavy. I used a lot of energy on that and fucked my left hamstring. Not in terms of injury, but it was it fatigued me quite quickly. I was like, this is too heavy. I need to stop doing this shit. So I just did it with dumbbells instead. And now you can see me doing some lateral lunges. Just generating power through the glutes, standing position, going laterally, coming down, use as much power as possible, come to the other direction and repeating. And this right here, one of my favorite movements, step ups on the bench, using as little momentum as possible. When my foot is on the bottom, you're coming slowly down. Foot is on the ground, but I'm trying to not generate any momentum at all. Everything is in that quad, is in my lead quad, right? And you can see me doing some calf raises. Why not superset with calf raises? They don't really require much energy. They're just painful to train. Again, as much stretch on the bottom as possible. Holding that stretch. And then coming up nice and powerful. Trying to get as much isolation in that calf as I can without any weight. I remember first time I did this in this gym. The Nordic hamstring curl. A lot of people looked at me like I was fucking mental. They were like, that is not what that is used for. I'm guessing people use this for like really extended crunches or whatever. But I use it for Nordic hamstring curls. Nordic hamstring curls are a killer. I'm not doing it the best because my glutes aren't contracted at all. More calf raises, donkey style, and straight after doing a little bit of tibialis anterior curls as well. That was pretty much day 1, quickly out the way. Alright, day 3 now, because I missed day 1. So after day 2, this was actually meant to be a chilled out day. But this was actually quite tough. You can see me do some strict leg raises. I'll put my hips in the air. A little bit of plank, a little bit of side plank. And I just did 3 sets of that. I'm not going to go through all my sets, all my reps, because it takes too long. I only got so much time in my day. Let's show you the crazy movement that Well, no one was there, but if people were there, they will look at me like I'm crazy. Some lateral kettlebell swings, yeah, or rotating kettlebell swings. Trying to get as much explosive power as I can through the side of my stomach, through the obliques, trying to get as much power as possible. It looks funny, it is a funky movement, but holy fuck, it gets the most out of your obliques for sure. Very good for generating power. Single leg hip hops, that's what I call these, single leg hip hops. Just getting some tension in the core, as well as the hip flexor. This is why I'm doing single leg as well, and just some V-ups as well. Alright, this next one, landmine rotational punches. This one was really fun. I did not use hardly any weight at all, but it was a really fun movement to do. I think my form was pretty decent on this one, rotating the feet into the punch. A lot of explosive coming up, barely any weight, so I'm not going to hurt myself at all. Straight after that, the hardest thing about this exercise, this is an unbalanced overhead lunge. Hardest thing about this one was getting the weight over my head. Doing the exercise itself wasn't terribly difficult. I mean, it was quite hard on the obliques, not on the legs because it's very light. But yeah, getting that weight over the head with one plate on one side was quite challenging actually. And some Russian twists. Everyone knows what Russian twists are. Getting more out of the obliques. Here's some barbell skull crushers. Getting a nice stretch in the tricep, going past my head. I'm not bringing the barbell to my head, going past the head, stretching the tricep, contracting on the way up, and just doing some straight barbell curls. Let's see if we can get a better angle of that. There you go, looking nice and juicy. Good. We got some cable drag curls, you could call them that, I guess. Just making sure my elbows aren't coming forward, coming back, if anything, just getting as much squeeze as possible in the biceps. Just straight after, easy push downs, just getting some blood into those triceps. So you get it, guys. Just a simple core and arm session, nothing too crazy. I'm doing some horrible downwards pyramid with this. I was doing 15 curls followed by, am I gonna do it yet, 15 diamond press ups, and then straight after 10 curls, then 10 diamond push-ups, and then 5 curls, 5 diamond push-ups, and then that was it. That was the end of that session. So the next day is day 4. All right, after the dynamic warm-up, I'm going to go for warm-up game again. It's pretty much the same as day 2. Just doing some shrugs, some wide shrugs, wide grip shrugs. Cuban press. This was actually quite tough. I mean, I'm not that strong right now, so getting it up and then rotating shoulder, pushing it above your head was quite challenging actually. Trying to get it under control. I'm not coming too high with my elbows, so I'm not really gonna injure myself. Doing some terrible rows. I mean, I'm not extending my arms at all. I'm just warming up, guys, so don't criticize my form too much. Boom, some snatches, boom, bringing the weight up. Again, nothing heavy. Nothing I'm doing is heavy. We're just moving. We're just getting back in the zone. I'm getting back in the zone, people. All right, some push press, coming down nice and slowly, really slowing the way down, just exploding on the way up, really concentrating on my form on the way down, bringing it to my collarbone and generating as much power on the way up and just keeping that rhythm going. Straight after, supersetted with rear banded flies. Okay, after about 3 sets of that, going into the incline press, slowly coming down, not all the way down, just enough, just about level with my chin. Probably can't see from the same angle. And then just boom, again, slowly coming down, bit explosive on the way up. After that, we just do some single hand high rows, not traditional rows, high rows once again, getting blood into those rhomboids. I'm going mad with footage. I'm just going through every exercise. I think I only did 1 video per exercise. What is this here? Reverse key lock press. Again, another pusher movement, getting some hypertrophy work into that chest, rotating the hands inwards, reverse key lock, just to get a little bit more pectoral contraction. Pause press, so we're coming up, hold that position, down and explode up, just in generating some explosive power into those shoulders with light weights. That's why we do the pause. We're not exploding with heavy weight. We're coming up, pausing, and then we come down, relax, boom, press, straight back up. This next movement, I did 1 kg. Hey, you can do this movement with just your arms, with just your hands rather, and it'll be enough. And I am lacking mobility on this one. You see, my hands are meant to be facing the ground when I raise my elbows, but it's not doing that. It's already coming at a diagonal angle as I'm coming upwards. So you want to bring your elbows up, rotate, reach up, want to have your hands behind your head, get some tension in those rhomboids, in those rear delts. Boom, shrugs, working that trapezius. Simple stuff, shrugs. People do that fucking crazy shit. You want to control that. Come up, slowly down. Up, slowly down. That pull down's strong. It was really dark in here. They turned all the lights off. So boom, pull to that collarbone. Slowly come up. Hypertrophy movement. Pull down. Hold that shit. Slowly come back up. Again, shrugs, a little bit more of a diagonal angle, so I'm hitting those rhomboids a little bit more, the lower part of the trapezius. Squeeze, slowly coming forward with the shoulders. Squeeze, slowly forward with the shoulders. Boom, day number, what is this? 5. I'm going through the warm-up now. If you want me to go through my usual warm-ups, I'll make another video on that on a later date, but the warm-ups do take quite a lot. There's a lot of movements in them, so I'm not going to go through every single one. Let's go through the primary movements. So, box squats. Didn't have an actual box, so I had to use a bench instead. So we're having a lightweight, just sitting down. As soon as you sit down for a second, explode, pushing through the ground on the way up, isolating those quads. And then after that, we do no pause at the bottom. As soon as we touch that bench, we go straight up, going on for heavier weight now. I'm at about, what is that, 110? 110? Or is that 120? I think it's 120. I've written it down somewhere. Probably should actually get my stats up. That'll be useful. Alright, not 120. Damn it. 110 this was. Oh, I thought that was 100. Yeah, those are 2 5s, not 2 10s. Damn it. Okay. For a second, I was excited. I was like, oh, okay, I did 120. Damn, I must have felt really good that day. Boom. Single leg, stiff leg deadlifts. Using the kettlebell, opposite arm to the leg, making sure my body is square so I'm not rotating. Get a nice isolation into those hamstrings. Stretching. Bring the kettlebell all the way down, all the way up. Slight bend in the knee, just so I don't lose balance. Alright, doing step ups, strict step ups. Trying to bring my heel to the floor. Just rubbing it against the box so I don't lose balance again. Difficult movement this. Very, very difficult. Slowly down, touching the ground. Trying to not use as much momentum as possible. Again, alright, this guy's okay. I don't like the way this camera is angled. This guy's admiring a certain area of my body. The way he's looking down. I really should have thought that recording through. What the fuck? Okay, so as this guy's admiring me, doing leg press. How much weight? We started with 200 kilograms. 200 kilograms, I think. And I'm just looking at the camera, not really concentrating on my form. And this guy's still looking at wherever he's looking at. And boom, okay, hamstring curl. Now this wasn't a fucking pain in the ass to set up. You can see that my knee is moving all over the place. It's not staying in a static position, which is not good. That was a pain in the ass to record because I could never fucking set it up. The machine's there. Some of them are a little bit broken, so you have to really adjust. It's an old gym, or relatively old gym. Some of the equipment is broken. So that hamstring curl, it was hard to get that. So yeah, leg press, supersetting that. It's an empty gym, so I had everything to myself. Hamstring curl straight after. 3 sets of that. 200 kg on the leg press. About 50 kg on the hamstring curl. My hamstrings are pretty strong. And just some more hamstring isolation. A lot of people keep a straight back when they do this. Extension. So really tighten your core. If you really want to hit your glutes and hamstrings on this one, really tighten your core so your back is not really taking much contribution into this movement. So when you strengthen your core, when you tighten your core, squeeze that ass, squeeze those hamstrings, and you get a lot more isolation out of the area. Unless you want to work your back, then by all means keep a straight back. Okay, I'm rocking the ponytail in this one. I was feeling it today. I was like, okay, fuck it, let's get the ponytail out. I really want to get a haircut. I miss my old hair really bad. I've just never had the courage to go to another barber. But there you go, because I can't get to to my trusty one that I've been through for 10 years. Anyway, sprints. I'm doing sprints. I'm meant to be doing sprints. This is the fastest fucking treadmill they had. They had 3 treadmills. This one was the fastest. And I'm pretty much just running at a average pace. So it wasn't really sprints. So I was like, I was going to do 15-second sprints, 45 seconds rest, just blasting it. But so I just did 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off because it was not fast at all, which was disappointing. But hey, not every gym is perfect. It is what it is. We have to adapt. Boom. High rows with a side plank with a twist at the end. We're just doing some abs and core. What the fuck? Abs and core. We're just doing some abs and arms. Abs and arms again on the last day. Dynamically, not like doing crunches all the time. Boom, some curls, 20 reps of this, 3 sets, followed by 20 reps of overhead extension with the cable. Back to back, supersetting, some drag curls coming up, squeezing that top position as hard as possible, all the way up. Hold, slightly down, looking juicy again. Oh yes, when you work the arms, the juice is there. Straight after that, just some bent over, tricep extensions, coming up. Push my hand to the ceiling, get as much squeeze as possible. Hold, slowly back down. And boom, we haven't really hit the medial head of the shoulders. One of the only muscles I really want to try and develop is just the medial head of the shoulders. Medial head meaning the side delts. So that, without going into an incredible amount of detail, was my whole week, excluding the first day, because I missed that footage, like I've said numerous times. Let me know if you want to see more of this. Let me know if you want to see a session that has actually got a little bit more context, more detail into it. Like I said, this is the majority of the week. If you want me to go through like a whole day of my training, so I explain it a little bit more rather than just rambling through it, and give you a little bit more context, a little bit more value, so you can potentially learn something from it. This was not really something that's educational, just to show you what I'm currently doing on my first week back, properly training. Thank you very much for watching this. If you've actually lasted this long, fucking salute you. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, whatever. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.